In the past, I was on a panel one time, and this panel was ran by a woman who is currently an OnlyFans sex worker. Yes, she is a OnlyFans sex worker. I won't say her name because I don't like to give people bad publicity, but I was on her panel, and we were talking about dating and mating as usual. And she asked me, she said, Alpha, we were talking about the kinds of women in the world and things like that. And she said, what is your position on it? Because I was talking to her, and it was like a bunch of people who were her current and, current followers. I was just passing through. I was just passing through, and I jumped on the panel. And she said, well, what is your position? Because, people were talking about, oh, there's these kind of women. Oh, there's these corporate boss girls, and there's these trad wives, and there's just this, and there's just that. And I said, look, I'm going to make it real simple. I said, there's only three types of women in the world. And they were like, what do you mean? I said, there's only three types of women. All right. And it's real simple. And they were like, well, go ahead and explain. I said, well, first and foremost, there's only three types of women. There's a good girl, which is a virgin bride. She will not have sex before marriage. She ain't going to do it. She going to say, look, I don't care what you say. You are not going to get this pussy until you put a ring on it. Okay? That is a good girl, period. That's the true trad-based conservative woman. That's it. No other woman can call herself a conservative woman if she's not a virgin bride. If she has sex one time outside the institution of marriage, she is not a traditional based conservative woman. She's not. All right? So a virgin bride is a good girl. That is a trad based conservative woman. The only one who can say ourselves that. That's the first kind of woman. And they were like, that's interesting. I said, the second kind of woman is a prostitute. And I said, I don't think none of y'all really need too much explanation with that. I said, the only problem is that the prostitute is what you call an open, honest, upfront. She's an honest, promiscuous woman. There's no hidden agenda. You pay me, I'll have sex with you. As they say, purse first, ass last. Shout out to Pimpin' Ken. That's one of his famous statements. That's what a prostitute is, a sex worker. I said the problem with her is that her names keep changing. And everybody's like, what do you mean by her name keeps changing? Well, we call her prostitute, we call her a whore, we call her a sugar baby, we call her a cash app girl, we call her an escort, a massage girl, a blade runner, pay for play. You see what I'm saying? Her name changes. Pretty woman. Remember the movie Pretty Woman? Working girl. We call her so many names, but it's the same oldest profession in the world, as they say. Purse first, ass last. That's what an upfront, honest woman is. That's a prostitute. Yes, sugar babies are prostitutes. Absolutely. So whenever a woman tells you, I need you to pay my rent first before I do something with you, I need you to pay my car note, my car insurance, whatever it is, any kind of gift, I need you to buy me a dress first before I go out on a date with you, first before I kiss you, first before I have sex with you. That's a prostitute. All right. And a lot of women now, they don't want to use that word because of the legal implications. And I get it. If it was up to me, I would legalize prostitution today worldwide. It should be legalized worldwide. All right. And they were like, wow, that's very interesting. So the first woman is a good girl, right? Which is a virgin bride. And the second woman is a prostitute, which is what? A non virgin bride. An open, honest, promiscuous woman, right? And there's one rule with the prostitute, which is what? Don't turn a hoe, a pro, into what? A housewife. That's the rule. So everybody was like, Alpha, man, that does kind of make sense. I say, so, and then one guy asked this question. He was a very smart guy. He said, well, wait a minute. Wait a minute, Alpha. He said, if you're saying that a good girl is a virgin bride and a prostitute is a sex worker, what do you call a woman who's not a virgin bride, right? She's not a virgin, but she's not a sex worker. And I told him, my friend, you now know the third woman. He's like, what do we call her? I said, a slut. That's what she is. A slut is a secret promiscuous woman. That's the modern woman. A non-virgin bride who is a secret promiscuous woman. No, you don't know why she fucking you. She might be fucking you for money. She might be fucking because she loves you. She might be fucking because she wants you to get a nut. That's it. You don't know. But the key is she's not a virgin bride. And she's not selling pussy. She really is not selling pussy. Okay? But you don't know her body count. You don't know her ulterior motives. And that's the current woman we have now in our society. We have a society full of sluts. That's what the modern woman is. She is a slut. And it's not working out too well. That's it. We have a lot of non virgin brides that can't get married. And they are upset because the men don't want to marry them. Because we have tried what for the last 70 years? We knew before the sexual revolution that you never turn a hoe into a housewife. We knew that. That rule still applies today. But now we know you don't turn a slut into a housewife either.